it not working? Huh? It's taking time to load, is it? Huh?
This one through the starting lineup for you, starting with Evans for Marine, we've got number 1, Bailey Sands, number 2, Joe Pemberton, number 3, Sean Smith, number 4, Alex Doyle, number 5, Captain Josh Waddle, number 6, Jonathan Strickland, number 7, Lucas Spear, number 8, Jordan Lucy, number 9, Connor Evans, number 10, Devon Pedro, and number 11, Aidan
1, 2.
And the Sabbath starting lineup this evening, you've got number 1, Louis Gray, number 2, Jacob Edwards, number 3, Henry Workinshaw, number 4, Troy Bourne, number 5,
1, 2. 1, 2.
number 6, Jack Sharon, number 7, Curtis Morrison, number 8, Tom Scully, number 9, Chris Sang, number 10, AJ Leach Smith, and number 11, James Lance.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Weaver Stadium. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. We are now live. As the two teams are out, Josh Wardle in the middle there, waiting for the kickoff. I will just give you a quick rundown of the teams. Starting with Bereave, in goal, Bailey Passon, number 2, Joe Ferguson, number 3, Sean Smith, 4, Alex Doyle, 5, the captain, Josh Wardle, 6, Johnny Spittle, 7, Lucas Weir, 9, Connor Evans, number 10, DJ Pedro, and 11, Aidan Campbell. The subs tonight are number 12, Liam Hart, 14, James Farragon, 15, Keelan Adams, 16, Jack Dunn, 17, Mark Howard. The home side line like this: number 1, Louis Gray, 2, Jacob Edwards, 3, Harry Workinshaw, 4, Troy Ball, 5, Harry Neville, 6, Jack Sherritt, 7, Curtis Morrison, 8, Tom Scully, 9, Chris Sang, 10, AJ Blake, 11, James Lance, and the subs will be 12, Sean Williams, 14, John Warren, 15, Sean Lawson, 16, Ivan Buventer, and 17, Levi Chiduka. Nantwich will be kicking us off here as they play the ball to Jacob Edwards now. It's a long ball forward. Quick I'm joined tonight with Sean O'Doherty. Sean, how do you think the two teams will perform tonight?
I think we're looking stronger in the last few weeks. I know Nantwich are struggling. I think this is a must-win for Marine tonight. I think we obviously with Saul being sick, he's missing out in the team today. He was originally in the lineup, but that's a bit frustrating. But I think we've got a good few players like Connor Evans in there, who can do the job hopefully.
Yeah, you're right there. There is Aidan Campbell. Paul Evans, he controls it well. Sean Smith's there, he gets it the ball back. Nice ball into Lucas Weir now. Weir beats this one nicely. Puts the ball in the line of the flag on that far side. As I said there, Sean, so Sullivan was supposed to be starting number 9 role, but this is up tonight. So Nantwich Town will start again with their keeper Louis Gray. Free kick. Marine now with the ball. Spittle goes back to Bailey Passon. Goes long. Up towards Pedro. He loses out this time. Spittle gets a header forward to Campbell. Touches it nicely to Lucas Weir now. Weir out to Sean Smith, but it's a little bit too much on the pass, and it will go out for a Nantwich throw-in inside their own half. Ball goes forward now to Leach Smith. And there is a foul on the half-throw line for Nantwich on Leach Smith, and not too sure for that one's fault. Nantwich with the ball. Tom Scully, halfway line, dinks one towards the far post. Ferguson's there. Gets a free header towards Pedro. Pedro gives the ball away, but Jordan Lussey's battling in there, and Lussey does well to win the ball back. Ball forward by Alex Doyle to Pedro. Pedro back to Lussey. Oh, Lussey a little bit too much on that towards Joe Ferguson, and Nantwich will get a throw in on that far side. Marine looking to build on that penalty shootout win on Saturday in the Isuzu FA Trophy. Sean, what did you make of that game?
I think it was a very good display from us. I think we could have scored more. We should have put our chances away. I know Neil was frustrated over a penalty, and probably most supporters probably seen it by now the second time around. And yeah, I think it was Stonewall penalty. I think if we had that, I think it would have been game over. But just a bit frustrating, couldn't get the goal, but another goal. But at least get across the line.
Smith forward to Evans. He gets a nice flick on, but cleared away. Lussey now battling for it. Ferguson goes up. And Alex Doyle puts a challenge in, but Nantwich should have the ball, and they're coming forward here with James Plant on the wing. Plant puts the ball into Chris Sang, but can't quite return the favour, and Passant's out there to smother up the ball. Passant still with the ball in his hands, and will go long with the kick. Up towards Connor Evans. Evans loses out, but Marine will have a throw in their all blue away kit this evening. Sean Smith now with the ball in his hands. Looks for Evans, but it's good battling in there by Jacob Edwards for the home side. And Nantwich do clear. But as far as Sean Smith, and we're looking to put the pressure on, but the ball goes all the way back to Gray, and he will clear long. Wardle challenges Chris Sang, and the ball will go out for a Marine throw-in on the halfway line. The ball now all the way back to Bailey Passant in the goal. Looking to go long once again. This time towards Pedro. And the ball goes up for another Marine throw-in on the far side this time. 0-0 here in the first 5 minutes at the Weaver Stadium. Yet to see an attempt at a goal by either side as Ferguson goes long with the throw. Pedro's in there and does well, but Campbell with a little flick to Pedro, still has the ball here. He's done well to keep hold of it in a tight space. Pedro going past one, and a heavy tackle on Pedro. A nasty one by Troy Bourne in there. Wasn't too happy with Pedro just gliding past the green shirts, and puts a heavy one in there. Marine will have a free kick about 25 yards out here, just outside the deep. And Jordan Lussey looks to be on this one. Pedro starting the game ahead of Sol Solomon, who dropped out the start 11 for illness tonight after definitely catching the eye on Saturday against Radcliffe. Lussey now goes to take the free kick. Oh, and it's just wide of Gray's post. He went the keeper's side there, Jordan Lussey. The keeper didn't even move, but ball will go out for a goal kick. And Nantwich play it out here with Lake Smith towards the fullback, Perry Burkham short on the ball on that far side. And he looks to be fouled there, and he is fouled there. Alex Doyle stopping the fullback in his tracks. And Nantwich will have a free kick now In a decent area to put a ball in the box. First hand been forward in this game so far. And Marine will have to defend well here. The referee just making sure everything is in order as the ball is now played in. It's headed away by Alex Doyle. And Evans looks to break, but Lucas Weir, looks to break and can't make much of it, and Nantwich will have a throw in. Nantwich now with the throw in on the far side. Spittle will get ahead to it. The ball's still in play. Doyle now does well. And Ferguson's attempted kick is blocked and out for a Marine throw in this time. Still 0-0 as we are coming up to 10 minutes played here. Flick on by Pedro is cut short. And Nantwich now look to go forward on Ferguson's side. But a nice tackling there by Alex Doyle. We'll proceed Nantwich throw-in. Berkhamshaw with the ball in his hands. Goes to Jack Sherritt now. And it's another throw-in for the home side. Still 0-0. Throw-in taken a bit more swiftly this time, but once again cut out for a throw for the Greens. Berkhamshaw goes a bit longer this one into the box, but a simple header for Ferguson. Pedro hits the deck, but referee waves play on. Berkhamshaw again. What's a bit of a deeper one, but Smith clears and Campbell will hit it long towards Evans. The keeper's come out here and it's a little bit messy, but Gray does well in the end to keep the ball away from his net under a bit of pressure from Evans. And the ball now down the line towards Jane Plant will run too far for the winger. And Marine will have a throw-in just inside their own half. Marine looking to win their first game on the road since that opening day of the season at Guiseley. 3-0. The throw-in comes in now. Nantwich held the ball, but Alex Doyle in there again towards Campbell. His first touch is a little heavy and is punished for it as the Greens come forward now with Sherritt. Pedro comes clattering in to Morrison, I think that is. They're coming together by two players. A clear foul by Pedro looking to get the ball back from his side. And we'll get just a talking to by the referee. And Nantwich now have a free kick inside the Marine half. And we'll put bodies in the box once more. The ball comes in. Spittle can't get ahead to it, but he runs all the way to Bailey Passant, who's looking to break quickly. Passant hits it long towards Evans, but he won't be getting near that ball and it's cleared. Spittle gets ahead to it now. A flick on by Weir, but Campbell won't be getting to that ball and it's a Nantwich throw-in, which Jacob Edwards will take just in front of the dugout. Edwards now, it's hit long by Tom Scully, but Wardle's there to cut it out and Ferguson will hit it towards DJ Pedro. Pedro does well and looking to get a cross in and he hits the deck. Pedro, a bit of a silly tackle on that far side by Berkhamshaw. I think he wasn't too impressed that he didn't get a foul in the first place, and the referee will award the foul to Marine. A free kick that Lucas will look to take in. A few Marine fans who've made the journey this evening behind the goal. Excellent support, as always, by the Mariners.
Wardle and Spittle have come forward for this one, as Weir will put a low ball in, not going to trouble Nantwich too much that one. The home side will look to break it. It's gone past Alex Doyle and just entering the Marine half now on the far side. Birkenshaw looks to play a ball down the line, but it's got out of play for Marine. Still yet to see first goal mouth action, 13 minutes in. 0-0. Nantwich sitting just the 2 places below Marine in the table, in 18th place. But a win for the Mariners this evening could take them up to 9th. As we know, the league is that tight. Throwing now towards Pedro, who flicks on. Cut out though by Nantwich, and Alex Doyle will rise to the ball, back to Ferguson, who goes all the way back to Passon, who hits it long. Weir gets ahead to it, but the ball now with Morrison. And Campbell battling now. And the ball forward by Edwards has found the touchline once again, with Sean Smith now with the ball in his hands, looking to hit the line where Connor Evans is, making his first start since that low move from Kerr Alexander, and he is penalised, Evans, for a push on the back of Edwards, and that much of a free kick is just inside the road half. A switch of play by new signing Harry Nevin is cut out well by Joe Ferguson. He's been very impressive, filling in for the injured Josh Solomon Davis, looking to make that right back spot his own. There's a throw in towards James Plant, who does well, past Pedro, back to Birkenshaw, puts a deep cross in towards Curtis Morrison, who beat Sean Smith in the air and had a good chance there. First attempt of the game, but his header just missing the bar, and Bailey Passon wasn't too troubled there, but it was a good opportunity for the home side inside 15 minutes. Bailey Passon now with a goal kick, looking forward for Connor Evans once more. Passon hits the kick. Evans travelling towards the ball, but it's missed everyone. It's found Hayden Campbell in a good area, but couldn't quite get hold of the ball there, Campbell. And Morrison now will lose out with Lussey. Hit forward by Edwards and nicely taken by AJ Lake Smith. And now travelling here is Sherritt. Out on that far side now. Marine need to get some numbers back. It's Nantwich put the cross in, and it's fantastic defending in there by Sean Smith. Really had to deal with the danger there, but it has gone out for a goal kick. But Smith just did just enough. And a good opportunity again for the home side. Just put off the forward, and Passon again will take the goal kick. Not the worst start by the home side, who struggled in recent games. Pass it now with a long ball. It's cut out though, and that much a breaking again here with Morrison. Smith again has to stay alert. Goes back to Passon, but Passon's kick goes straight out to Alan Morgan on this touchline, and it will be a Nantwich throw-in. Nantwich slowly dominating this game. The ball still in the Marine half as the throw-in comes in. Nice turn there by Sherritt, but this pass is well tackled out of the ground, in fact, by DJ Pedro, who has been known in recent games for his defensive work alongside his forward play. Ball back in play now by Edwards, and here's Scully now with a nice ball out wide to James Plant, who takes it nicely. Taking on Ferguson now, Plant. He's had to go back to Birkenshaw, who goes past Pedro a little bit too easy and takes the shot off, and Bailey Passon is fortunate, as the ball looked to go through Passon's hands, but just about stayed out. Smith had to clear it out for a corner, I think that is, on the near side. Tom Scully going over to take the set piece. Marine living dangerously now as the corner comes in. Headed away by Doyle. Ball coming back in. Passing's out of his goal and it's in. It was coming. Nantwich have dominated opening proceedings. And the new signing, that is, Harry Nevin, has given Nantwich the lead. From a corner that should never have happened, has resulted in a goal.
Number 8, Tom Scully.
Oh, it's Tom Scully, in fact, who got the final touch. It's a nice finish by Passant, who didn't know if to come out or if to stay at his goal, and did neither in the end. And he gives the home side the lead, and it's 1-0 inside the first 20 minutes. After such an impressive start there on Saturday's game against Radcliffe, it's been a really, really slow start here by the Mariners. So we're back underway here with Sean Smith, who gives the ball away instantly off kick-off.
There's a correction on the goal scorer. It's number 5, Harry Nevin.
It was Harry Nevin who got the goal. I thought it was. There is a correction there. The man who signed on loan a few hours before the game, on loan from Preston North End, makes a good start to his life in Nantwich with an early goal. Not the start the Mariners are hoping for here. As Lucas Weir gets up, hit forward, and Marine will have a throw in on this near side. Marine will get forward now with Smith flicked on by Campbell. Evans does well to keep the ball. Weir's pass forward is blocked and it'll be another throw in for Marine, as Keelan Adams and James Barrogan are both told to warp on this touchline. Evans now keeps the ball in, back to Smith. Campbell, too slow reading the ball, Campbell, and it's cut out. A nice tackle in there by Lex Doyle, wins it back for the Mariners. Lussey all the way back to Passant, as Passant will go long towards Evans, who's yet to make an impact in this game. Wardle now heads it forward. Lussey towards Pedro. Pedro does brilliantly to hold the ball. And a nice little dummy by Campbell. Leaves it to Sean Smith now. Sean Smith, can he put a cross in? He looks to take his man on, but he has been brought down by Curtis Morrison. And the referee will award Marine a free kick and another decent area to put a ball in. 21 minutes gone. If you're just joining us, it's Nantwich Town 1, Marine 0. Harry Nevin giving the home side the lead. And Jordan Lussey will put this ball in on the referee's whistle. Ball comes in, great ball by Lussey, but it's well headed away by Birkinshaw, I think that was. And here's Campbell, looks to take on his man. Still has the ball, Campbell, looking for an option. He's not finding one, but a nice one to with Alex Doyle now. Sets Campbell for a cross, and he puts the ball towards the backstop where Spittle was, but it's good defending in there by Morrison, and Marine will break with Morrison. He's taken on Alex Doyle on this touchline, but Sean Smith does well to cut the danger out, and Marine will have a throw in. Not the start Neil Young would have wanted here after a brilliant first half, especially in the FA Trophy against Radcliffe. Sol Solomon missing out through illness could prove to be a big blow this evening. Nantwich now with the throw in, turned by Leitch Smith and played back to Jacob Edwards now, with Morrison on the ball, taking on Campbell. Morrison back to a ball in on his left foot, but that's easy for Passant. It's a game I'm sure the backroom staff would have pointed out as a game you think we could collect 3 points on the road, but It's looked anything but that so far. There's Nantwich have looked the better side. Louis Gray will take the kick forward. It goes over Spittle's head, but Ferguson's there to knock it forward. And Campbell now looking to pick out Pedro, but easily cleared out for a throw-in by Birkinshaw. Yet to get some real flow to their attack, Marine. A lot of balls forward into space, but not a real cutting edge here. As Ferguson is looking for an option on the throw-in. It's cut out by Nantwich and is well intercepted though by Alex Doyle. And Smith now to Campbell. Cut out again by the home side, but Smith will recover and hit it down the line towards Lucas Weir, who wins his side a throw-in. In line with the Nantwich box here. Sean Smith will go over for that one. Well, it'll be Jordan Lussey, in fact, who will put a long one into the box. Josh Wardle and Johnny Spittle now inside the Nantwich box. Lussey's ball goes towards Wardle, who can't get ahead to it, but it will go back to Lussey, who puts the cross in. It's a nice punch by Louis Gray straight to Doyle now on the edge of the box. Doyle can't quite put a ball back in, but the ball has found Wardle now. Lussey puts a cross in. It's a decent ball by Lussey. Headed in. Oh, and it's Hayden Campbell. It was a ball in by Lussey, flicked on well by Pedro, and Campbell struck it so well on the volley. But it could just strike the top of the bar and out for a goal kick for the home side. Best chance of the game for Marine, just inside 25 minutes. Campbell, who's been on some brilliant goal scoring form, almost got another one this evening. That's better signs for Marine, who need to get back in this game. Ball forward towards Joe Ferguson, who will let it run out for a throw-in. Ferguson goes along with the throw towards Pedro, who holds the ball nicely once more. Doyle can't quite recover the ball and the home side will break, but Hayden Campbell's in there. But this ball's still with Nantwich. Morrison now looking to weave inside the midfield, taking on many challenges, and Lucas Weir wins the ball back for Marine. Now here's Doyle, whose long ball forward is far from the best one, and it will be hit back towards Johnny Spittle, who heads forward. It's come straight back at Marine, with Wardle does well to knock it back, and Spittle will hit it forward once more. Evans is in there now, and a ball forward by Alex Doyle. It's cut out once more by Harry Nevin, the goal scorer. And a ball forward out for another Marine throw-in. So Joe Ferguson will have the ball in his hands once more, just inside the Nantwich half. Marine fans behind the goal making themselves heard. Travelling from Crosby this evening. Can the away side reward them with something before half time? Ferguson with the throw-in, looking for an option and can't find one, and the ball is cut out, and a foul in there by Connor Evans, and Nantwich will have another free kick inside their own half. Marine are unbeaten in their last 4 fixtures coming into today's game, but do find themselves a goal down by an early Harry Nevin volley. And the goalkeeper Louis Gray has put the ball down just outside of his box and will look to hit this free kick forward. Gray hits it long. Spittle looks to be underneath it, but it's really well taken down in there by Leitch Smith, who wins his side a free kick. Nice play by the centre forward. Held the ball well, and Nantwich will have a free kick inside the Marine half. Marine already conceded off one set piece this game. We'll look to defend this one a little better. The delivery now is put into the box. Spittle hits it away, but Smith's touch can only find Morrison, who puts a nice delivery back in the box, but Campbell this time with the clearance. But Leitch Smith will pick up the pieces and will take on Ferguson. Ball still on that far side with Nantwich. Little flick back to Scully. The Nantwich do win a throw-in. And Perry Birkinshaw will go over for the throw-in. The throw-in comes in. Sherritt holds it well. That's Birkinshaw, who takes on Pedro. His cross is deflected, but Wardle meets it with the header, and Marine will look to break, but Evans' pass is cut short, and the home side still have the ball out wide here with Morrison. Into Chris Sang, who hits the deck, but nothing is given, and Nantwich will have another throw-in on the halfway line now. Jacob Edwards with the throw-in. Edwards towards Leitch Smith, but Lussey cuts it out. And it finds Connor Evans now for Marine. Evans looking to take on Nevitt, but the centre half does well to put the ball out. That's Sean Smith now with the throw-in. Smith looking for an option. He's not finding many, but he will go long and wins the ball back himself here. Smith into Campbell now. Campbell back to Lussey. Just inside the Nantwich half. Pedro has his back to goal and goes back towards Ferguson. Spittle hits it long towards Evans, who loses out with the header. But Pedro gets up there. But Nantwich come away with the ball again. Mariners looking to get hold of the ball a little more than they have done in this opening half an hour. It's a bit of head tennis now in the midfield. Neither side looking to gain possession, but Leitch Smith again does well. And the ball does go forward, but Josh Wardle cuts it out nicely. Shrugs off Sang, but his pass isn't good enough again. But Marine do have the ball with Hayden Campbell now. He looks to play Evans in behind, but the linesman's flag is up, rightly so. I think Evans was just on the wrong shoulder of Harry Nevitt there. And Gray will kick the ball out. I'm not too sure why. I think they're looking for a new ball. I'm not too sure what the hold up is. And now two balls are on the pitch. Bit of a delay in the game here. And Gray will eventually get the ball down and hit it long with this free kick, it looks to be. All Marine players inside their own half, as Gray will knock this free kick straight out of play on that far side. Ferguson now will look to get the Mariners back in the game with this throw down the line towards Pedro, who can't get his head on that, and the ball back with Nevitt and all the way back to Louis Gray once more. Gray under a little bit of pressure, and his goal kick isn't great, and it's cut out by Lucas Weir, and now Campbell with a bit of space. Campbell looks to take the shot, but it's a great challenge in there by Nevitt. Pedro will keep it alive on that far side now. All the way back to Jordan Lussey, who clips a nice ball in towards Evans, who threw himself at the ball but couldn't get ahead to it, and it's cut out for a Marine throw-in once more. A bit more inspiring for those Marine fans behind the goal. So they look to get behind their team with a Jordan Lussey long throw now. In line with a 6-yard box, Lussey, as he'll put this one in. Flicked on by Wardle, but punched away by Gray. Straight back to Lussey, whose cross is blocked, and he'll have another chance to put the ball in the box with a throw-in. 33 minutes played. Still Nantwich Town 1, Marine 0. Lussey goes short instead to Alex Doyle. Doyle looks to go back to Lussey, but it's nicely put out of play on that far side by Nantwich. And Lussey will have a chance to throw it. I think he'll go for the longer route this time. He's getting a little run up here, Jordan Lussey. And he will go long. It's cut away once more. Straight back to Marines number 8 now. And it's another throw in for the Mariners. Lussey now goes short to Ferguson. Ferguson back to Lussey, will first time drill it in along the floor, and Pedro will gather. Pedro lays up Ferguson, who will loft it in towards the back post, and Campbell brings it down. Campbell with a shot, and it's well saved in there by Louis Gray. I think the goalkeeper might have pushed it onto the post.
The 50-50 draw's been made, ladies and gentlemen.
And the goalkeeper has stayed down here. It's a great effort by Campbell, brought it down really well.
Green ticket 81 to 85.
And he has been the man looking to get Marine back in this game.
Draw is green and it's 81 to 85.
But he's well stopped there by Nantwich's number 1. And Lussey will have a corner here for Marine. Lussey delivers it in, and it's cleared away really well by the home side. But Lussey again will put a ball in, headed away by Edwards. Lucas Weir heads it back in, but Gray will have no problem in gathering that ball. Campbell coming close again there with his volley. And the ball forward now is cut out by Josh Wardle, and Alex Doyle will deliver a ball out wide towards Pedro, but it's cut out and thrown again for Marine on the far side. We've certainly responded well in the last 5 or so minutes, Marine. After a bit of a slow start, going a goal down. Ferguson looking for an option with this throw-in. He'll opt to go down the line towards Evans. But the ball is headed out by Troy Bourne, and Marine will have a throw-in once more. Pedro now on the ball from the throw-in. Takes on his man and puts a cross in, but it's dealt with once more by Nantwich for a corner. So far, everything Marine have thrown at Nantwich, they've dealt with well defensively. But they've got another chance here, the Mariners, with a corner. Lucas Weir over this one. Weir puts it in towards the near post, and it's gone past everyone. It's in! And Marine level up. And I think the last touch, well, it certainly has come off Aidan Campbell as he celebrates. It's been coming the last 5 or so minutes from Marine, and they've got themselves level by that man again, Aidan Campbell. He's hit the bar, he's hit the post, and now he's put the ball in the back of the net. And Marine are level here at the Weaver Stadium.
Score for Marine number 11, Aidan Campbell.
Just over 5 or so minutes till the half-time whistle. It's a good goal for Marine to get. They have deserved it. They've worked hard the last few minutes. They've got themselves back in the game here. Sean Smith now thrown down the line. Campbell will flick it on. And Evans does well to use his strength, but was unlucky this time, and it will get cleared now. Ward will put the balls out. Will put the ball out of play for a Nantwich throw. Lucas Weir, the man over the corner. Campbell levelling the Mariners up here in Nantwich. One apiece now. As Edwards is waiting for an option on the throw-in, and he will be cut out by Jordan Lussey. And the ball looks to go all the way back now to Bailey Passant for a goal kick. Nantwich Town 1, Marine 1. Just over 5 minutes to go till half time now. Harry Nevin on his debut giving Nantwich Town the lead inside 20 minutes, but Hayden Campbell equalising for the Mariners. As Passant's goal kick is headed forward now. Wardle's up there. Morrison heads it towards Wardle, who looks to have been fouled there. The referee plays on as Smith will hoof it forward. Bourne under that one. Straight towards Perry Birkenshaw now, who hits it towards Plant. It's in a good space with Ferguson really well to track his runner and put the tackle in, and Nantwich will have a throw in. And Birkenshaw will have the ball in his hands for this throw in. And towards Smith. Birkenshaw will put the ball in, and Lussey will cut the danger out and clear forward. And the home side will have a throw in just inside their own half. The player's just been halted for not too sure why, but Birkenshaw will take the throw in just inside his own half. And we'll go forward for the throw-in. Headed clear by Pedro. Knocked forward once more by the home side. It will bounce just before Wardle, who does well to get ahead to it, and Ferguson will keep the ball in play, hitting it forward to Weir. Weir's pass is kept in now by Edwards into Morrison. Morrison comes inside and looks to pick out his left winger, but Ferguson reads the danger and comes away with the ball now. Ferguson still with the ball. Will look to come inside with Lussey, who's been very involved in this game so far and does well to keep the ball. Now with Sean Smith. Smith will go back to the captain Joshua Wardle. We'll have time to hit this one forward, but the ball has gone all the way to Louis Gray in between the sticks for Nantwich. Gray will push his team forward here and will look to go long. And does go long here. Sean Smith is under this one, and he is, and he hits it towards Campbell, who flicks it on, but it's hoofed forward once more by Tom Scully. Can Evans get a foot in here? He can't, as Bourne hits it to Birkenshaw, who picks out Johnny Spittle for Marine. Spittle looks to play a ball towards Campbell, and Campbell does get the ball after a mistake by Edwards. Campbell now, Lucas Weir. Lucas Weir has a shot, and it's tipped wide by Gray. Great strike by Weir, and it's Lussey now, brilliantly blocked by Scully. Lucas Weir had some movement on that shot there. The goalkeeper had to be strong. He palms the ball out. Marine almost turning the game on its head there. Pedro passes it to Ferguson, who's trying to shrug off the Nantwich player and loses out here and ends up bringing down Chris Sang, I think that was, Ferguson. The referee is calling him over, and it could be the first yellow card of the evening. Ferguson not shy of a yellow card, and looks to be the first name inside the referee's notebook this evening, and is with just around 2 minutes left plus stoppage time of the first half. Worked their way back into the game with a Hayden Campbell equaliser. And ball will go long with the free kick, but straight into the hands of Bailey Passant, who will go long looking for Connor Evans. Nevitt does really well to head it away. Campbell now, oh, the referee has penalised Campbell. He did a little shrug in the back of Edwards, but I'm not too sure if it was enough to warrant a free kick there. But nevertheless, it will be Harry Nevin on the free kick. Nevin hits it diagonally, but Pedro cuts out the danger, and now Ferguson will hit it clear. Bourne is under that one and does really well to keep hold of the ball, and Nantwich retain possession here inside the Marine half. And they're coming forward here with Scully. Scully picks out, oh, and it was Chris Sang who was picked out on the edge of the box. Sliced his effort horribly wrong. Out of play. And Bailey Passant will take the goal kick. It's a nice play again by the home side, who certainly don't look a team so far battling it out at the bottom, but that is where they find themselves. Passant will hit this goal kick long with just seconds left of the first half. The referee has halted the game though, as he's coming towards the Marine bench. It is. I think he just wants a word with one of the Marine coaches, Neil Young here.
Come on, referee, there's 2 teams in here.
And Neil Young
Come on, referee, there's 2 teams.
has been awarded the yellow card.
Referee the game properly, mate.
Certainly not pleased with the officiating, Neil Young, as he's also
Come on, referee.
joins Ferguson in the book, as there are 2 minutes awarded for stoppage time in this first half. Passant now hits it long towards Lucas Weir, headed though by Nevin, but the ball finds Lussey into Weir. Can't quite control the ball now, Weir, and it's done really well. Jack Sherritt that was, but Alex Doyle cuts out the danger and gives it Evans now. Campbell looking to feed in Pedro. Pedro wins the header over Bourne, but straight into the hands of Louis Gray. As this half time will peter out, I think Marine will have to take the 1-1 going into the interval. Nantwich probably created a little more problems than Marine, despite Hayden Campbell's shot cannon off the bar. And Lussey, or Spittle that is, now with a free kick in the last few seconds of the half, just inside the Marine half. Spittle not too sure what to do with this one, but I think he will hit it long towards Pedro, who's now making a run. He does eventually just kick the ball straight to Louis Gray in the goal. Not too sure what the thought process was behind that one. And Gray will hit it forward early on. A slip by Ferguson. Won't be punished as the ball is out for a Marine throw. Ferguson with the throwing down the line. It's cut out by Sherritt. And Nantwich now have the ball in a nice area. A little 1-2 by Latchsmith. And Nantwich almost breaking into the Marine half. It was James Plant playing the 1-2 with Latchsmith. But Marine did just enough to cut the danger out, but it will be a corner. On the last few seconds of the half, Nantwich goes short on the corner, and the referee blows his whistle to the disappointment of the home fans, as it's half time at the Weaver Stadium. Nantwich Town 1, Marine 1. Harry Nevin giving the home side the lead inside 20 minutes, but Hayden Campbell levelling things up for the Mariners.
50-50 draw.
And you can join us for the second half in around 15 minutes time.
If you've got that, then there is £72.
Wi-Fi shit, you know.
Behind the bar for
Won't
you.
connect for
Don't
me.
forget, Dallas fans, take your diary, settle
Welcome back, everyone.
Substitution for Marine.
And we are ready for the second half,
Number 12, Luke Clark.
as Marine will make a half-time substitution. Joe Ferguson will be making way for Luke Clark, who we've seen little of in the past few games. But obviously disappointing to see Ferguson going off. Hopefully that won't be injury related. But Marine level 1-1 coming into the second half, and I'm sure Neil Young will be hoping for a better 45 minutes than the one he's just seen. Jordan Lussey will kick the half off for the Mariners as the referee gets us underway. And Lussey does give it to Sean Smith, who will go along to Evans. Cut out, but Clark will get his first touch of the ball. And Alex Doyle puts a nice block on Birkenshaw's hit, but the ball runs away to Louis Gray in the Nantwich goal. Clark just slotted alongside Spittle in the back four for Marine. A similar 4-3-3 formation it looks to be. Smith now will cut out that goal kick. Ball forward by Weir. It's cut out. Evans gets a touch on it, but Scully's there, and a ball forward is, I think, a foul on there by Alex Doyle. Came steaming in on Troy Bourne. Marine definitely looking to build on that first half with a bit more energy, as Alex Doyle showed there, but has been penalised, and Louis Gray will get things back underway here. Gray looking for Birkenshaw on this near side, with the kick. Clark wins it well. Doyle now. Pedro, nice ball inside to Jordan Lussey. Lussey, an outstanding ball by Lussey, picks out Hayden Campbell. Campbell chips the goalkeeper, and it's brilliant. It is absolutely fantastic goal by Marine. Jordan Lussey, an outstanding pass, carved the Nantwich Town defence open. And the finish by Campbell is different class. A man in form, to say the least. 2-1 to Marine. Campbell with his second for the night. He's already got a hat-trick so far this season. Not long ago at home to Afton Collieries. He's on course for another here tonight. Right in front of the travelling Marine fans, who will be delighted with that goal. And Marine come from a goal down. They're now 2-1 ahead. Just 2 minutes into the second half. It's certainly been a good team talk by the manager, as we lead at the Weaver Stadium for the first time this evening. And Nantwich will get us back underway. Forward ball now by Birkenshaw, and Clark does well to challenge, and he challenges again, Clark. He's done really well there. The substitute to win his side of throwing. Battling in there with James Plant. And will take the throw himself. He's looking down the line. Pedro and Evans have come across. Bit of movement for Pedro, gets a flick on, and Campbell could be in again here. He's been cut out by Harry Nevin. He's looking really sharp up there, Hayden Campbell. Great start to the second half by the Mariners. Campbell just holding his leg. Let's just hoping he runs that one off. It's been brilliant so far this game. Clark with the ball in his hands now, with throwing on this near side. Inside Nantwich's half. Looking for Pedro. Pedro now holds the ball up well. Goes down Pedro, but he's trying to carry on with the game. And ends up winning his side of thrown that Clark will go over for once more. Clark just wiping the ball with his shirt as I think he'll put this filling in for Lucy now on these long throws as he's going to the pitch. Clark goes long. Pedro gets the head to it, but easily out of play for a goal kick. If you're just joining us for this second half, Marine have taken the lead. A brilliant goal, one of the best I've seen us score this season. Lucy with a lovely ball from the halfway line through the middle of the Nantwich defence, and Hayden Campbell chips the goalkeeper to finish spectacularly for the Mariners. As the ball comes out on this near side for a throw for Nantwich, but that injury for Hayden Campbell that I've just mentioned looks to be a little more severe as he's hit the deck. The game has come to a stop. The dugout just calling back Keelan Adams, I think that is, who's been warming up. But this isn't good signs for Marine. Joe Ferguson already coming off at half time. Now Hayden Campbell, the man who's got both of our goals tonight, receiving a little bit of treatment here. Possibly his left quad, I think. It could be the issue for him. And Keelan Adams is getting his shirt on and look to replace Campbell. I think the manager will just not take any risks with the youngster. He's in such a rich vein of form. And no risks will be taken as Keelan Adams will replace Hayden Campbell.
For Marine, replacing number 11, Hayden Campbell. Number 15, Keelan Adams.
Campbell outstanding once more tonight, adding 2 more to his tally, but does look a little disappointed to be exiting the field. But certainly not a downgrade in Keelan Adams, who's been hit the ground running in recent weeks. A goal in our last league game at FC United of Manchester in that 1-1 draw. And we'll look to take up that number round roll. I think Connor Evans will just slide to the left of the big man. There's a throw now by Clark up towards Adams, who wins a flick on. Lucas Weir now up towards Evans, who is just cut short, and Nantwich will clear. Josh Wardle is under a little pressure here by Chris Sang, but is able to clear. Lucy now heads forward towards Evans, who gets up well, and Adams can't quite stay on his feet, and Nantwich will come forward. A nice little flick in there now by Sang. It is Sherritt out to offside flag has come up. James Plant that was on the near side. Looking a little dangerous there, Nantwich on the attack, but James Plant has been ruled offside with little complaints, and Bailey Passance just having to go on that far side to get the ball back for a free kick on the edge of Marine's box. And passing ball just go beyond the box for this free kick. And hit it long towards Connor Evans, but it's won in there by Nevin. Wardle now hits it high. Bourne that time with the header, and it bounces to Luke Clark, who heads well back to Spittle. Spittle forward now to Adams. Bourne again in there with the header. Plant just loses out to Clark, and Clark wins his side of throw once more. He's done well since coming on at half time, Luke Clark, in this right back position. And Clark wiping the ball once more, looking to fling this one into the danger zone. With that aerial presence of Keelan Adams now onto the field. But goes towards Pedro instead. It's flicked on. Weir now with the header. Adams claiming to be foul, but the referee's giving the free kick the opposite direction for Nantwich Town. And goalkeeper Louis Gray will get the game rolling once more. He goes short to Troy Bourne now. Under a little pressure by Pedro, but he does well. Nice turn in there by Plant, and Plant's dispossessed now. Keelan Adams beats one tackle. Still Adams on that left side. He's got a little too wide, Adams, and he tries to beat his man. But it's cut out, but Lucas Weir does well to retain possession for Marine. Smith now out to Evans on that left-hand side. Nice play towards Keelan Adams, who can't quite get the ball under his stride, but the ball is out for a Marine throw-in. The fans definitely reacting to the players on the pitch, as Marine have played with a lot more energy in the second half and earn themselves a goal back as Evans turns his man well now. Evans cuts back, looks to dig out across towards Keelan Adams, but it's headed away. Lussey puts it back into the box, cleared once more by the home side. But Spittle cuts that attack short, but they will go once more long towards Plant. Clark in there this time. Marine struggling to get hold of the ball here. It's Birkinshaw will look to go past Alex Doyle, but it's a great tackle in there by Alex Doyle. And it's chased here by Keelan Adams. Just can't quite keep the ball in play, but good play by the centre forward, Danger. And Nantwich have the ball at the back here with Nevin, who goes long, looking for Plant. Clark does really well once more to shield the ball back to, or shoulder the ball back towards Passant. Not seen too much of Luke Clark in recent weeks, but he's definitely having a decent performance so far. It's replacing Joe Ferguson at half time. Passant kicks it long towards Evans, and the ball carries on running through towards Nevin, the centre half. We've got the first goal of the evening. We'll go long towards Josh Wardle, who will return the favour. Back towards Nantwich's defence. It's chased here well by Lucas Weir. He's done really well to keep hold of that ball. He plays it back to Adams. Now Lussey with a bit of room. Lussey takes a heavy touch and his strike is blocked in there. And Birkinshaw will pick up the ball now for Nantwich. It is Sherritt now. Oh, Spittle with a challenge in there now on Chris Sang, who's in a decent area for Nantwich, but Spittle cut out the danger swiftly. And a throw in for Perry Birkinshaw. Inside the Marine half now. Birkinshaw goes short and looks to put a cross in, but Doyle does just enough and Clark will clear. But the ball runs all the way back to the goalkeeper now. And Pedro closed down Troy Bourne. He's looked to play out from the back for Nantwich. This time did a little bit too much. Spittle winning the header now to Lucas Weir, who is hitting a little shoved in the back and then eventually brought down. And a free kick now for Marine in no rush at all. Inside Nantwich half, and Lussey now looking to pick out Sean Smith, who made his way forward, but the ball is cut out. And goalkeeper Gray will hit it forward. With the ball running all the way back to Passant in the opposite net. Marine 2-1 up now in Nantwich, coming from behind from that first half goal. Passant's kick towards Adams is cut short. And here is Sherritt now, going all the way back to his goalkeeper. Held by Sang now. Sherritt. Sherritt gets the ball back. Alex Doyle closing down well for Marine. But the ball out to Nevin now. Nevin travels forward with the ball before giving it to Edwards now. Evans is in there doing the defensive work and does well to win his side of throwing. And as the ball goes out, the home side will make their first substitution of the evening.
For the Dabbers replacing number 2, Jacob Edwards.
Jacob Edwards, I should say, will be making way for Sean Lawton.
15, Sean Lawton.
Looks to be a bit of a change at the back for the home side. Edwards, who started at right back, has come off, and Lawton looks to be playing as a left back coming on, so maybe a shuffle at the back. Ball now comes out towards DJ Pedro. And Clark's in there for Marine, but the home side still have the ball here with Sang. Lussey looking to put pressure on Sang, but the centre forward keeps the ball. And here's Alex Doyle now. But the ball is cut out by Sang, and Lucas Weir is almost certain to pick up a booking after that challenge. Sang again linking up the plate for the hosts. And Lucas Weir will be joining Joe Ferguson in the book for Marine. Certainly a professional foul, you should say, by Lucas Weir. But here's a chance now for Tom Scully to put the ball in the box for Nantwich, inside the Marine half. Scully will chip this one in, headed away by Wardle, and Weir turns Sherritt and will come out with his ball towards Clark now. Lovely ball by Clark down the line, and here's Evans. Pedro is making his way into the box, but Evans chooses to not put the ball in and ends up losing it. And Nantwich will have a throw in. Connor Evans making his first start for the Mariners this evening. He's yet to make too much of an impact in attacking areas. As the ball is cleared towards Passant, who will go long once more. Headed away by Nevin, who's occupying a right back role now. And Morrison looks to take on Smith, but Smith for a brilliant recovery tackle there to stop the attack this time. A foul for the home side, I think that is on that far side. Lucas Weir has been penalised. As we are past the hour mark here in the Weaver Stadium. Nantwich Town 1, Marine 2. Hayden Campbell bagging 2 goals tonight before leaving the pitch through injury. We're going to hope that one doesn't last too long for the forward. As Nantwich Town now looking to play the ball out, but Pedro again closing the ball down. Does that so well for Marine. Bags of energy at the top end. And Sean Smith now will cut the ball out, but only as far as Nevin. He plays a nice ball into Morrison. Morrison now on the edge of the box is challenged by Smith and once more by Spittle, but he evades both tackles. Morrison saved by Passant, and now he's Sang with a shot, saved again by Bailey Passant. Really well from the number 1, but Nantwich still had the ball here and it's put into the box. And Passant again tips the ball over for a corner for the home side. Passant 3 times there, chipping in to keep the score at 2-1. Morrison evading tackles from Smith and Spittle to make his way into the box, and Passant was equal to the shot. And there for the second as the corner comes in towards Nevin, who's already scored 1, and it's kept out at a second attempt by Passant. He's having to put the work in between the sticks now. Harry Nevin, who's already had 1 tonight, almost doubled his tally. And they look to take a short corner now, but the linesman isn't too happy with it. And the game will just hopefully take the sting out of that one. Marine under a lot of pressure. But Bailey Passon doing really, really well to keep his side ahead. I think the corner might be retaken here. The referee's just having a word with his official. And the corner will be retaken on that far side. A man goes down as Spittle heads it away. Straight back to Nantwich, who put another lovely delivery in. Spittle there again with the header. It is Leach Smith to Sang, whose cross isn't the best, but Passon, after doing so well, isn't happy, believes he should have been awarded a free kick there. The cross looked a tame one, but Passon could only punch it from the challenge by Morrison, I think it was. Marine still under pressure here. Plant well challenged by Luke Clark, who I have to say has been superb since coming onto the pitch. Clark's ball forward to Connor Evans, who slips, but still wins the ball. Looks to be fouled. He's done well there, Connor Evans. He's done really well to win his side a free kick, take this thing out of the game. And Marine survive the most recent wave of Nantwich pressure, courtesy of Bailey Passon, making some great stops in the net. And Clark will have a free kick halfway inside the Nantwich half. Both centre-backs are staying back, while Spittle has decided to go into the box for this one now. With two vital headers in his own box, can he win a crucial one in the opposite side? Clark just taking his time and eventually puts the ball into the box, but that'll be a comfortable catch for Louis Gray, who will hit this one long straight after the catch towards Morrison. And I think a handball from Morrison has been the way the referee has awarded the decision, and Marine will have a free kick inside their own half. Bailey Passon will come forward to take this free kick. Keelan Adams and DJ Pedro certainly the target on this one. Passon now hits it towards Adams, who tries to bring it down, but it is cut out. But Lucas Weir comes steaming in, and Weir is unlucky. Came in on that second ball, but his touch was just slightly too heavy as Gray hits it forward again towards Morrison. Wardle with the header, and Weir there again, much involved in the game now. But Nantwich come away with the ball. Entering the Marine half now is Sherritt, and Clark with a vital interception there on Sang. James Plant with the ball in his hands, but he will leave it to the substitute, Sean Lawton. Throw is taken now. The Plant skips past Alex Doyle and takes a shot to the near post of Bailey Passon, but the goalkeeper leaves it, and a goal kick will come his way. Second substitute here for the home side. Looks like Ivan Urvantev will be coming on for James Plant.
16, Ivan Urvantev.
Urvantev looks to be entering the central midfield position for Plant, who was occupying the left wing. Looked dangerous at times for Nantwich as Passon goes on with the kick. Sang flicks it on, but Clark's there again to intercept the danger, and Spittle's back pass is just cleared by Passon. Not the best one by all means by Johnny Spittle, but Passon was switched on and was able to clear it for a throw-in on that far side to Nantwich. Certainly got away with one there, the visitors. Now a throw-in that Harry Nevin will take. It's just slowly making his way forward inside the Marine half, looking for an option. He finds Sherritt, who holds it well. And we'll come on this far side to Scully. Now Lawton. Lawton comes inside, past Pedro, and we'll send it to opposite side of the pitch towards Bourne. Here's Nevin, well intercepted by Connor Evans, but it will be a throw in again for Nevin. The referee just telling him where the ball left the field of play. Throwing just come into the play now. Nevin. Here's substitute Irvin Tev to Bourne now. Nantwich just having a spell of possession. His Scully collects the ball just inside of his own half. Looking for that ball and he can't quite find it. He does pick out Sean Lawton now into Late Smith. Now here's Sang. And there's Sang with a nice ball to Lawton. Wardle expertly comes over and deals with the danger as we have around 20 minutes of play to go. Marine surviving the waves of pressure here by the home side as Lawton collects the ball once more. And we'll go along. But the ball is picked out. Sang and here's Sherritt now. Marine still surviving this spell of possession by the home side. Irvin Tev making his way into the box. Still Irvin Tev. Now is Late Smith. Late Smith had a great challenge in there by Jordan Lussey. Had to make the tackle as Late Smith was striving into the Marine box unchallenged. But Lussey, who did so well on that goal that gave Marine the lead, is doing his bit at the other end, and the home side will have a corner now. But in towards the back post, Pedro heads it straight to the corner taker Scully, who will have time to pick his cross again, but instead goes short to Irvintev, who skips past Doyle now. Irvintev, lovely ball in. Luke Clark away with the ball. But Nantwich should have the ball here. Here's Scully, who's looking to set the tone for the Nantwich midfield. A ball forward is cut out though by Johnny Spittle. Keelan Adams can't quite hold the ball, but he does well, Adams. He does really well and wins inside a free kick.
Oh, that's a foul.
Just inside the Marine half, Adams looked to have lost the ball, but did just enough to keep it and ends up getting fouled for the free kick. And Passant will be in no rush to take this one. Passant hits it long towards Connor Evans, headed away by Nevin. He's done well on his first start for Nantwich. Evans now looked a lot livelier since getting that left wing. He does well. Back to Lussey. Lussey looking for Adams, but the ball skips past him and into the gloves of Louis Gray. Nevin again will collect the ball. Forward now towards Sang. Wardle does well to collect the ball and turn Sang, and will play in Smith now towards Evans. Lovely turn by Evans, back to Smith. Evans again. It was back to goal, but does well to hit it forward towards Adams, who's looks to be impeded, but not much come away with it with the goalkeeper Louis Gray. And now is Troy Bourne, who will go long on that far side. And Sang picks it up, and there's a nice flick in there by Sang to Late Smith, who driving at the Marine defence, but he's got 5 blue shirts around him. But he does pick out Urban Tev, and Sean Smith does well in there and wins inside a goal kick. I wonder how Neil Young will play this one out. After going a goal ahead, Marine, they've survived a lot of pressure by the home side. And there is a man down in a blue shirt on that far side. It might be Connor Evans. But there is a substitution regardless, and it will be Mark Howarth, who started the last game. He's been benched today, but he will make his way onto the pitch for our third and final substitution. I'm just wondering if Young will switch to a back five. As Marine have defended well, but how much pressure can they take in the second half with 15 to go, plus stoppage time?
Substitution for Marine replacing number 9, Connor Evans.
It will be Connor Evans,
Number
who's
17, Mark
the
Howard.
man to make way. He is back to his feet now, Evans, but Mark Howarth will replace him. Howarth looks to be heading to the left of Josh Wardle into a back five, with Pedro partnering Keelan Adams as a two up top, it looks to be. A substitution that probably had to be made by Neil Young, regardless of the knock to Connor Evans. As Sean Smith is beaten to the ball by Morrison now. Morrison has looked lively all game, takes on Howarth, who's just come on, and he's beating Howarth. Morrison now can't quite pick out the cross, but he's certainly a bit of forward on Marine side on that right wing. But Marine just done just enough there. As Nantwich have a throw in, halfway inside the away side's half. Here is Morrison again once more. Looks to switch the play nicely to Lawson. Lawson will dig out a strike that's gone into the bushes behind the goal. Was told to shoot by the crowd, but wasn't troubling passing with that one. Just over around 15 minutes left of play this evening. Marine have battled well, going a goal down early on inside 20 minutes. Hayden Campbell's brace has given the visitors the lead here. As Passant will take this goal kick. Pedro the flick on now towards Lucas Weir, who almost got there. It has to be cleared twice by the home side, but Clark will hit it forward once more. And now Doyle puts the pressure on, and Pedro will get the ball out for a throw-in for Nantwich on this near side, as Connor Evans still making his way over. And a long ball forward now, but easily headed back by Mark Howarth to the gloves of Bailey Passant. And now Passant will push his team forward. And eventually hits it long towards Adams, but it's headed up by Birkinshaw. Adams just about keeping the ball in play. No, the Lancers flag has gone up. And a throw-in to be taken now by substitute Sean Lawton. Now the ball's out there with Nevin, who goes long, and he's hit the deck, but no foul has been given. Breen will have a throw-in now inside their own half. Morrison still complaining about the foul, but it is a throw-in to the Mariners, as he eventually gives the ball to Smith. Smith back to Howarth, who clears it straight to a green shirt there, Sherritt. And now is H. Smith, who's looked lively throughout the game, into Scully. Scully with a switch of play, but it's headed, and it's Morrison who picks up the ball. And Wardle had to be there to put the challenge in, and Passant is able to gather. Marine just looking to see this game off as they lead 2-1 here in Nantwich. About 11 minutes left of normal time as Passant goes long towards Pedro, who does win the header, but is gathered at a second attempt by Louis Gray. And now is Lawton. Birkinshaw now looking to go forward, and he does switch the play to Harry Nevin. Howarth over there to hit the ball long back into the feet of Gray. And now is Bourne back to Gray. Nantwich having the majority of the possession in the second half as Marine just sit back and absorb the pressure. As I said, the ball just in front of their own box here with Birkinshaw. Back to Bourne now. Into the substitute, Irvintev. Now, Nevin. Howarth again, who's been clattered into Mark Howarth. I think it certainly will be a yellow card. The Marine players on the pitch are furious with the challenge. I'm not sure who it was, but Mark Howarth took a clattering there. He's back to his feet and acted like everything's fine, but Wardle and Alex Stoll in particular are not happy with that challenge. But I do imagine it will be just a yellow card. The referee is calling his man over now. I think it might be Harry Nevin, the goal scorer. And Nevin will go into the referee's book. The first yellow card for Nantwich this evening. Nevin, who scored the opening goal, is now pushed into right back position. Complaints still going on. Luke Clark not happy with the referee, but play will resume with Bailey passing. 10 minutes to go here. Can Marine hold on for their second away win of the season? Pass it now with the kick towards Adams, but the ball goes straight out of play on that far side. And Nantwich will have a throw in that Nevin will take long down the line. And the ball has now been switched, but Luke Clark reads it well and will hit it back where the ball came from. That on that far touchline for a throw in for the home side. Thing with Marine, can they turn these draws into wins, especially on the road? And tonight is a great chance for that, especially after going a goal down. As Lawton collects the ball here under pressure from Adams. Adams does really well now, and Doyle tries to skip past Birkinshaw but never had the pace to do so. And Marine lose the ball cheaply now. Lawton running at the Marine back line. Cuts it back and puts the ball in field straight to Alex Doyle. Back to Luke Clark, who will hit it forward towards Adams. Headed well by Birkinshaw. Lawson again, challenged by Clark. Sherry will play it long to Lawton again. Back to Scully, sorry. Work his way into the Marine half towards Sang, who's clearly in an offside position as the ball was played, and Marine will take this time on this one once more. Basson had no rush of this one, as looks to be a final substitution for the home side. Number 12, Sean Williams, will replace Chris Sang.
Number 9, Chris Sang. Number 12, Sean Miller.
Sangu has had little contribution in the second half, is now replaced by Sean Williams. Both teams maximising all three substitutes as the ball is long to Adams, and Allens will win his side a throw-in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 335, 335. Thank you very much for your support.
As Luke Clark goes over for that throw, the attendance tonight is 335 at the Beaver Stadium. Bunch of Marine fans behind that far goal, hoping for a possible third in these ending minutes. Luke Clark, still with the ball in his hand, will go short to Pedro, who's holding the ball up in that corner flag. Pedro does well, skips past Lawson, will put a ball into the box, and it's eventually cleared by Bergenshaw, and once more, the Spitter will hit it on the volley, very sweetly, but very too high rather, over the far fence. Nice connection, but no direction by Johnny Spittle. He's yet to make his mark this season. The goal kick will go short to Bergenshaw now. Showing confidence with the ball, maybe a little too much there. There's a heavy tackle on Weir maybe, but the referee will continue with play. Nantwich will break forward now. Morrison with a 1-2. And a cross comes in towards Luke Clark, who will head away. Doyle will pick up the pieces now. But Lawson once more with the ball at his feet. Scully now. Into, was a dummy in there. And Morrison into Lake Smith, who goes down, but I don't think the contact was too much in the box. That's why the referee has played on it. Lawson now coming inside in midfield to Morrison. Can Marine survive this last bit of pressure as the ball is out wide and is crossed in now? A flick on comes in. So with the box and a spectacular acrobatic kick by AJ Litchsmith. Whistles over the crossbar. It had passant scrambling, but the Blues are fortunate to survive that wave.
Kindly sponsored by Nantwich Refrigeration. Is our Disney Queen of Health and Safety. It's Kath Wright.
And Passant will take this goal kick with less than 5 minutes left of normal time. Marine have battled superbly in the second half. Can they come away with all 3 points tonight? As Passant goes along towards Adams, he's been muscled. And flick on by substitute Williams will go out of play for a Marine throw-in inside their own half. Luke Clark putting the ball in his shirt once more, and he will throw the ball down the line looking for Pedro, who does win the header, and it's one in there again. Pedro throwing himself at the ball, does really well. Pedro, he's such a battler.
The Nantwich Town man of the match this evening, again very kindly sponsored by Nantwich Refrigeration, is number 7, Curtis Morrison.
Such a battler, DJ Pedro. He's won inside a free kick once more. He's been superb this second half. Covers a lot of yards off the ball as well as on the ball, and will receive it once more here. And once again, he's pushed to the floor, does well to win inside a free kick towards that corner flag. Delighted the Marine fans behind the goal. Pedro came into the side at the last minute due to an illness for Sol Solomon, but certainly played his part this evening. Luke Clark will have another chance to deliver the ball with his free kick. Clark swings it in, but easily headed away at that near post. Lucy will hit it back in the danger zone towards Pedro, who does put the ball, oh, I thought he would have put the ball on the back of the net, but it doesn't matter already because the offside flag is up. Just over a minute and a half left of normal time. Nantwich Town 1, Marine 2, as Lawson now for the home side will look long on this kick. He slips as he does it, but does find its way to Wardle, who wins the header. Ball finds its way back to Lawson, who will knock it. It's a nice little ball in there, but it's away by Wardle once more. Lucy again with a tackle. Pedro once more hit the deck, and the referee has awarded Marine a free kick. Nantwich players clearly not happy about the decision. but Marine do win a free kick inside the damaged half. I think Pedro might receive some treatment here. Doesn't look in too much discomfort, but will take any time he can. We've not long left of the match. Pedro just being inspected on his right foot. Already had Hayden Campbell leave the field due to injury. Hope Pedro doesn't leave the same fashion. All 3 substitutes have been made this evening, so finishing the game with 10 men would just add extra pressure to the nerves. As we're just wondering how many minutes of additional time will the 4th official add, and it will be 5 minutes. So 5 minutes for Marine to see off this game. They've defended brilliantly in the second half. They just need to do it for another 5 more minutes as the ball gets played to Keelan Adams now. Adams does well and gets a throw in close to the home side corner flag. Luke Clark just jogging towards the ball now. Clark just assessing his options as Pedro is trying to help out the number 12. And Pedro does receive it, and Clark will get it once more. And another throw in for Marine. Clark with a throw in again towards Keelan Adams now. Adams can't quite keep the ball, but Clark again does well to win a throw in once more on that near side. Marine fans making themselves heard once more, trying to help their side over the line here. Pedro picks up the ball and has hit the deck, but no foul is given. And Nantwich look to come with the ball here now. The ball out to Harry Nevin on the far side. Nevin knocks it forward, but straight out of play. Morrison was never getting to that one, and Sean Smith will take the throw in. Here's Lucas Weir now. Lucas Weir looking to get past his man and is tripped in the process. And a free kick will be awarded in Marine's way. Just over 2 minutes of the 5 added on have been played. Howarth standing over this one, just inside his own half. Howarth dinks it down the line towards Keelan Adams, but it's headed out. And Morrison will help in clearing it for Nantwich. Wardle will get up there for the header. Doyle's challenging in there 2 times, now 3 times, and Lucas Weir comes away with the ball and cleared once more by Wardle. But the home side will come once more with Nevin again. Nevin's ball stays in play this time and is headed on by Sherritt. And now here's substitute Sean Williams down the line, beats Luke Clark and puts a cross in. Spittle wins the header, but it's still in the mixer for the home side. But an attempted effort by centre-half Bourne has turned out for a goal kick. Still Nantwich Town 1, Marine 2, with just over a minute left of play. Basson will take his time in picking his spot for this goal kick. And goes long looking for Adams, who's hit the deck with an arm. Is still on the floor, Keelan Adams. Looked to have taken an arm to the head. But Nantwich play on, and Spittle will have to clear towards Lucas Weir. Adams has returned back to his feet now. But a heavy touch by Weir means Nantwich can have the ball now with Louis Gray, goalkeeper. Looks to pick out Lawson, who brings it down nicely. And plays it out wide to Williams. Back inside to Birkenshaw now. The body's filling up in the Marine box. Birkenshaw's crossing is evaded everyone towards Smith, and Smith picks up Pedro, who lets it run but loses out, and the ball is back with Gray. One final wave here for the home side. Spittle rises really well there to win the header, and Lucas Weir will come away with the ball, but the referee has stopped the game for a head injury from that header by Johnny Spittle.
Won the ball. It's not a free kick at all.
Spittle just making contact with the Nantwich player, Jack Sherritt, who is back to his feet now, holding his head. The referee has his ball in his hand. Marine did have the ball when he blew his whistle, so you'd think we'd retain possession here. And we do, with a long ball by Howarth, straight out of play for a goal kick.
More referee, that's time.
But all 5 minutes have concluded as the referee blows his full-time whistle, and Marine come from behind to win 2-1 at Nantwich. A good result for Marine, their second away win of the season, and a deserved 3 points that we'll take back to Crosby. Thank you everybody for tuning in this evening, and we will be back live for Saturday's fixture at home to Whitby Town for a 3 p.m. kickoff. Looking to turn back-to-back wins for the first time this season. We will all see you then.
Children welcome, and the infamous food from the Coral Reef Chippy.